having trouble trying to sleep. I'm counting shit but running out.
How about them Astros out there?
As time ticks by,
Tick-tock.
still I try. No rest for cross-chops in my mind. On my own, here we go.
And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We are dialed in. Yeah, always a good count on the little red whistle to not do what I needed to do. Actually, be an actual whistle. Hey, this is the Unleashed Radio Hour. I'm your host, Ron Klinger. We're dialed in direct here from H-Town, or should I say World Series bound Houston, H-Town. Can I get an amen?
Amen.
Yeah, it is the rave. It is the talk of the town. We are just a wee bit excited here to celebrate the efforts and the hard work of our Houston Astros that are going to be making an appearance in the 2017 World Series starting tomorrow night with the first game out in L.A. against the Dodgers. Hey, look, it's a championship team. They ain't won the big one yet, but they won two. Do you want to build a championship team in your business? Yeah, that's the topic of today. We're going to roll to it when we come back right after these messages.
If your firearms have been damaged by Hurricane Harvey, don't wait to get them cleaned and inspected. The longer you delay, the harder it'll be to restore them to their previous condition. At Pasadena Gun Center, they offer a full range of gunsmithing services from repairs and cleaning to complete custom builds. They also have a 25-yard indoor range, machine gun rentals, LTC classes, and firearm sales. Come and see them today. Pasadena Gun Center, 206 East Shaw in Pasadena, 713-472-0417, or online at PasadenaGunCenter.com. Pasadena Gun Center. Why go anywhere else?
Did you know that the average yearly repair bill for a car 5 years or older is more than $1,200? Having repair coverage for your car just makes sense, but the trick is not to overpay for it. With Toco Warranty, you can get a highly rated vehicle protection plan, usually for less than a tank of gas per month. And now, we're offering a zero down payment program. To get a great car vehicle protection plan at a super low price, call Toco Warranty at 1-800-269-3100. That's 1-800-269-3100. Terms and conditions apply.
This is Business 1110.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back. We're rocking and rolling here today in H-Town. Not only is it absolutely gorgeous outside and amazing outside here in Houston today, we are celebrating the heels of a wonderful weekend in Houston history with the Houston Astros making their berth into the 2017 World Series. Now, I'm using that, and I always try to bring timely and relevant content here to the airwaves on the Unleashed Radio Hour. And I couldn't help but, again, take the sports world of what's going on and around and about us and feed that and chew that up and put that into a business context. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to take this building of a championship team. We're going to talk about that through the lens of what's a little bit going on here with these Houston Astros. We're going to stir that pot just a little bit up, right? We're going to chew it up and eat it up. But what we're going to really do is really focus on some key fundamentals on how to ensure that your business can succeed. And that is the purpose of the day. Hey, if you want to get into today's conversation, you want to give a Go Stros a shout-out, feel free to do so. Give a call, 713-785-1817. Again, that number, 713-785-1817. If you'd like to get in, I'm working to try to pull up the text line. It's not live yet, but I'll let you know when it is. And if you're out there, I'm following along on Facebook. Let me know you're listening and you dialed in. Give me a shout-out. Give me a Go Stros, and I'll give you a shout-out as well. Now, look, here's what I want to jump into real quick, right out the gate. And I'm gonna put this up on a plateau because I've talked about it on the show before. I've got past shows. 2 weeks ago, I literally did an entire show that asked you, how deep is your bench depth? When you look at the bench in your team, how deep can it go? Ironically, I'm riding in today and listening to another station, sports radio today, and had Larry Durkert was on the line and talking about how unique from when he was a manager of the Houston Astros and how unique it was for him to watch what was going on and taking place with this roster and this team that is going into the World Series. And it was very unique and interesting because I'm hearing sports, but I'm processing business application. And he's like, he goes, at any given time, there was an opportunity for someone that was sitting on the bench, a position player, to be an everyday player. And he says, that's crazy. He says he had 3 or 4 guys on the roster that they had the flexibility and to just substitute at will. He says, and what that allowed you to do is carry less position players. I mean, holy cow. And I know he didn't hit great in the world in this ALCS, and I hope he does in the World Series. But Marwin Gonzalez, he's done everything this year, and I think he's played every position but pitching and catching. When you got a utilitarian on your team or in your business who can fill the spots when the need is present, wow, what an advantage does that give your team? So there's a bit of a carryover from a show 2 weeks ago about how deep is your bench depth that really was a catalyst not only into today's discussion, but the success that the Astros had. You know, whenever would you be able to carry? He's like, this again, Larry Dierker, former pitcher, former manager of the Houston Astros. And he's like, I don't know what it would be like to manage a Major League Baseball team with 14 pitchers on staff. How do I keep all 14 active? And that's because the other people on the bench, the other talented individuals on the team could carry the load. And I say that to say this. What does that look like in your organization? Because when we start talking about building championship teams, when we start talking about whatever winning is, which is what we're going to really dive into here in a little bit today, it starts with, with what can you do to make your team successful? It is the utmost responsibility of C-suite managers and leaders and business owners in a small business. It is your responsibility to build the team. Period. End of conversation. We can go all the way back. And why am I tying this back to what the Houston Astros are doing right now? They started a very clear plan years ago. Setting their business up for success. Their business, a little bit different. All it is their business is winning baseball games. Bringing home championships. That's the measure. It is clearly defined in the sports world. And you could go and look at the stats. You can moneyball it to your heart's content. But the reality is, which is where we're going to get into this today, winning or hashtag winning has been defined. It's clear. It's evident. And it's what every professional sports team works to accomplish, which is to make it to the ultimate and penultimate game and games or series in their championship to win. Now, I say that to say this. How do you define winning in your business? It's not so clear. And many people out there saying, Ron, you're crazy. It is clear. Because guess what? It's profit and loss. But let me ask you a question. Does that profit and loss tell the entire picture? Does that P&L sheet tell you the entire picture? Not to be confused with a baseball pitcher or a pitcher of sweet tea. I'm talking painting a visual picture of success in your organization. And I think that is so much of what, when people, myself included, when you go out there, you look at the dollars. You look at the dollars, and that becomes the sole target of what you're working to accomplish and achieve, and a lot of times the only definition of success. And no, I'm not crazy, but I think there's other things that in an organization that you can focus on, hashtag if willing. I don't know why I'm using hashtags today, maybe because as it comes from Charlie Sheen's hashtag winning, right? It's, you've got to be able to look at the larger scope and scale of your business because the landscape is changing. And yes, it will always get down to profit and loss. I understand that. But if you don't know if you're losing or winning because you're not tracking anything else other than that stat, it is really, really hard to make adjustments. Case in point, if you've got a batter who is just not hitting the ball, they're in a slump, do you leave them out there? If you've got a sales manager who can't close sales, do you just leave him in the job and say, oh, well, he'll get out of the slump sooner or later? Well, we all know the key to success in business is the retention and acquisition of customers or clients. And if your sales manager cannot go out and make a sale, close a deal, it's no different than a closing pitcher coming in at the 8th or the 9th inning with maybe 3 to 5, 6 outs to get. They can't do the job. They can't put the deal. That's why they call him a closer. So there's stats that support the success of those positions. And that's the kind of the mindset and the idea that I want you to have around your business. You know, there's a great book that's out there that I was introduced to, and it's called 4DX. It's the 4 Disciplines of Execution. And one of the key things that is paramount in those principles, and there's a lot of things, but the key thing that I want to focus on today is often the chant of college sports and college fanatics and basketball gyms and football fields all over. Scoreboard, scoreboard. People want to point to the scoreboard because what does it tell you? It tells you if you're winning or losing. Does your business have a scoreboard? Has your business defined what it means to win? What does it mean to win in your business? What does that look like? And the key that I want to highlight, the key that I want to truly give is you've got to be able to define what that looks like, or you just kind of, you know, hi-ho, it's off to work we go. And every day you're just going off to work with no purpose, no intention, no direction, no guidance, no specific actions to be taken. You know, because here's the crazy part. This town went cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs Saturday night. I have never seen an electric environment the way that I witnessed, because I wasn't there, but that I witnessed in the highlights and the post-game wrap-up. I didn't even get to watch the game. I was at a performance for my daughter's intermediate play this Saturday night. I pulled the dad mode, right? But I bring it up. I sure as heck was tracking it on my phone with the dim light on my on my screen down so I could see the scores. But the energy in Minute Maid Park by fans was incredible. Why? Because I got to see everyone's Facebook videos that were at the game and the highlights. But I want to spotlight something a little bit different. What about the energy and the excitement and the exuberance of the players who have invested, who have worked hard to achieve what they did? I mean, big old bright smile by the ALCS MVP, Justin Verlander. And no, it's not just because his fiance is Kate Upton, although I'm sure that doesn't hurt. But man, that look on his face of accomplishment, and he's been there before. What about all these guys that haven't? This young roster, this young team, this talented championship team. Why do I bring that up? It's contagious. And what I mean by that is, oh, wait a minute. If you can track stats in your business that point to winning, reality is the Houston Astros, their roster, I'm going to break it down. They're employees of the Houston Astros organization. They're paid to do a job. No different than your all-star sales manager. No different than your amazing, positive, and engaged customer service team. They're just different jobs, folks. And the reality is, I don't care who you are, and I don't really care what industry you're in, your people, your team, your employees, they want to win. They want to win. They want to be champions. They want to hold their head high for your brand. But if you don't know what winning looks like in your business, if you haven't defined it, how can you measure it? And if you can't measure it, you sure as heck can't manage it to the championship level. We're going to talk about some of those things of how you define, measure, and manage. Because we're going to raise our hands because we are the champions of the AL. The American League champion, Houston Astros. We'll be right back.
This is Jason Bible with Right Path Radio. Look, if you're new to real estate or you're experienced and you just want a little help with wholesaling, flipping, rentals, you really need to get on the right path. So why should you listen to us? We take the confusion out of real estate investing. We make tailor-made plans just for you. Just like not every house is the same, so why should your investing plan be the same as every other investor? So listen to our show, Right Path Radio, weekdays 9 a.m. right here on Business 1110 KTEK.
What is the Del Walmsley Radio Show?
Welcome to the Del Walmsley Radio Show, where the hype ends and the help begins. You need to stop being dependent on a paycheck. All of these self-help motivational people, they wind you up like a little clock. Click, 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 and then they'll let you go. Boom!
And who is the show about?
I'm your host, Del Walmsley, and as always, we're working on your financial freedom.
The Del Walmsley Radio Show, weekday mornings at 11 on Business 1110 KTEK Alvin, Houston.
Attention managers, business owners, and human resources professionals. Do you struggle with positively engaging and developing your team? Hi, this is Ron Klinger, host of the Unleashed Radio Hour. For over a decade, I have been coaching and helping leaders just like you. From management and leadership training to individual coaching and support, I can help you address the everyday challenges you face in your business or organization. If you're looking for a partner to your success, call the man who can help you with your plan. You can reach me online at motivationaltransitions.com or by phone at 832-746-9760.
This is Business 1110.
Yeah, we coming with it now. Little bulls on parade here on the Unleashed Radio Hour. Your host, Ron Klinger. This is a production of Motivational Transitions. You can learn more by going out to motivationaltransitions.com. Look, if you want to get into this conversation, I got some folks streaming live online. What's up, Mike? What's up, Eric? Brock? I've got Heather's out there. Who else do I got following along? Rand is out there. Paul's out there. I got some folks that are some sports fans that are out there that I know. Hey, look, we're taking this conversation today, and we're enveloping it, and we're wrapping around what the Houston Astros have done and are doing. And I'm building bridges. I'm making connections to your business. And that's key because, look, Major League Baseball, professional football, basketball, because all three sports are active right now here in H-Town. They're all a business. And it's just different jobs with different talented people. You know, I brought up the interview with Larry Durkin. It was phenomenal, and I hate to take from another program, but it was really cool because he was asked, like, hey, well, what do you take on, what's your interpretation? Talk to me about Jose Altuve. And I'm going to tell you straight up, I think Aaron Judge did a great job. I'm not a Yankees fan, never have been, never will be the greatest money the team can buy. But what I will say is this. If Jose Altuve does not win an MVP for his performance, we got something wrong in this world. I mean, the smallest man on the field he's a bad man. And I loved how Larry Durkin put, what do you think about Jose Altuve? His response directly, you could put this on your team and your business. He says, you know what? He just got some amazing gifts and talents, and he enjoys putting them on display for all to see. I want you to think about that for just a second. Do you have talented individuals on your team that aren't cast in the right position, that aren't able to give them and share them freely? And I think that's part of the key of where we get off on the wrong base, pun fully intended. That's where we get off on the wrong base and on the wrong foot when it comes to managers and business leaders. We have got to find a way, and there are ways, But you got to believe in it first before you can get there. But we've got to find ways, leaders have to find ways to ensure that their team members can unleash the best of what they bring to the table every day. Right? And that's what I get. I'm blessed. I get a chance to help businesses do just that. From the recruitment and the hiring to developing all-star managers and leaders. Right? To engaging team members and building a strong team culture. Yes, those, ladies and gentlemen, are the first three components of my book about creating super fans for your business. Right? It's in production. But it relates. And then the last piece of that, of the 4 parts of the book, Creating Superfans 4, the number 4, your business, is you've got to be able to measure your success. It's got to be defined. And if it's not defined, then we just, okay, where are we going to go today? Right? And if it's always stuck on the profit and loss, you're missing so many opportunities to win. And I come back to this. Employees want to win. Employees want to win. And it starts with leaders that can cast a clear vision on the path and direction that you're going to take the organization, that you want other people to invest in, to buy in, to drink the Kool-Aid. And I say that because I'm just curious. Back in 2014, and chime in if you're listening on the stream. Give us a call at 713-785-1817. It's about to give you the text line that ain't up and running yet. I can't get the website to work for me, right? But we're live here in studio, 713-785-1817. Oh, there it just came up because they redid their format. Great, right? I'll get the text line. I'll give that to you. But look, if you want to get in this conversation, I'd love to hear from you. You've got to be purposeful about building that team. We've talked about that. But the point that I'm trying to get to is leaders have to cast a vision. Where are we going to go? And I go back to my childhood days. I'll never forget the episode of the Smurfs. The Smurfs, I can't remember if it was a fire or something else, but they had to leave their village and they had to go someplace else. And Papa Smurf, much like a business owner, said to his village, "My little Smurfs, we've got to go someplace else." And they went on that journey, and they kept going. "Are we there, Papa Smurf?" "Not yet, my little Smurfs," until they arrived. But he had a vision for where he was taking his people, right? I hate to use a cartoon to get the point across, but I'm trying to make it as elementary as humanly possible because, hey, this topic, it does kickstart my heart, right? And take your motley crew and do some business with you. Hey, we're going to come back, talk more about how to build that championship team right after this break.
Dish TV is better than cable TV. Here's why. If you call right now and you're a new Dish subscriber, packages start at $19.99 a month for 12 months. That's right, $19.99 a month. Compare that to your cable bill, and the smart choice is to cut the cable and get Dish. Plus, you get all these great TV features, free HD channels, free DVR to record your favorite shows, and free installation. You even get our free Dish Anywhere, so you can take your TV on the go, watching your favorite programs on your smartphone, tablet, or laptop anywhere in the world. I'll say it again, all for just $19.99 a month for 12 months. This is a limited-time 24-month offer you must qualify for, and it could change at any time. So call now. 800-293-0328. 800-293-0328. 800-293-0328. That's 800-293-0328.
This is Business 1110.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll continue to come back. The constant theme of the music is we rocking and we rolling here today. I'm going to give a quick shout out to Miss Kim. Miss Kim, I got you fought along out here on Facebook. Love the fact that you was up and shaking and baking and getting down with your bad self this weekend. Much love to you, darling. Speedy recovery. Get you back on your feet. Get you back. Get you taking care of business. And that's what we're doing here today, ladies and gentlemen. We're trying to help you unleash your team. We're trying to help you build a championship team in the image of what's taking place with the Houston Astros. And I left that last segment, and I was talking about vision and casting that vision. And I want to take you back to June of 2014. June of 2014. Sports Illustrated made it was a prophecy They had a vision based upon what they were seeing in the Houston Astros organization and the Houston Astros business model. Emphasis on that business model. They predicted that 2017 was going to be the year that the Houston Astros were going to win it all. 3 years ago, it was a cover image on Sports Illustrated. George Springer on the cover with the classic rainbow Astros uniforms. And they said, hey, they're doing something different. I don't say full-on Moneyball, but they were very purposeful in the vision of gathering and collecting talent, individuals that they could grow in the farm system. And for years around the industry of Major League Baseball. Now, whether your industry is whatever, production, whether it's the oil and gas industry or healthcare administration or communications or marketing or employment, I don't care. It still comes in. How are you taking care of your people? How are you taking care of your people? And see, and that's the piece I gotta keep coming back to. People aren't disposable commodities to trade on the market like your stock portfolio. People have the keys to your success in your business. No different than having the right people on the bench for the Houston Astros, having the right people in the bullpen. It is the same principle. You've got to have the right people in your organization. And I come back to what I've already started the show with. You've got to define, okay, what kind of people are we looking for? Who do we want to be on our team? And then you have to be able to have ways of measuring that through the selection and the onboarding and the performance process, which we're going to get to in this next segment. And then you got to be able to manage them and grow them and develop them. Because that's what the Houston Astros did. That is why they're competing today. That's why tomorrow they're in the World Series. Not because Sports Illustrated predicted it, but they did an in-depth study and a review of what are they doing differently. It's unheard of. They were growing the base that is now the foundation of this club. They were growing the base of their business through the power and the talent and the strengths of their people. Man, we endured some rough seasons since the last time we made it to the World Series in 2005. I mean, the Lastros, the Disastros. No one's saying that now. And I'm not saying they went full-on Moneyball like the Oakland Athletics did years ago, but they had a strategy and a plan that was preceded by a clear vision for where we're going to take this organization. That is the responsibility of managers and leaders to dance to the music that is yours. Period. End of conversation. Managers, leaders, cast the vision. They motivate, they inspire, they roll out, and they help everyone else create the strategies by which to create and make the vision become a reality. We as fans have been able to watch it. I look at it with a different eye. They grew their organization because of specific plans and a vision to win. Do you want to win in your business? We'll be right back. Talk about more.
Are you living with pain? I was, after a nasty fall. I got relief with 1 Hour Pain Relief. I'm Barry Yarconi, president, and here's Lisa, a Marine who was injured in Iraq.
After surviving an explosion, I was on horrible painkillers for lingering head, shoulder, back, and knee pain, but I hated the dangers and side effects. My friend told me about 1 Hour Pain Relief, and now I'm off the drugs.
1 Hour Pain Relief is the result of 15 years of research on an amazing extract from hops, the plant used to flavor beer.
Whether your pain is from an injury or just aging, you get safe, all-day relief in less than 1 hour.
We're so sure you'll love 1 Hour Pain Relief, too, that we'll send you a 1-week trial for just a small shipping charge. Call 800-269-4200 right now. That's 800-269-4200. There's no gimmicks, no obligation, no automatic shipments. Stop living with pain. Call 800-269-4200 for your 1-week trial or visit onehourpainrelief.com. That's 800-269-4200.
This is Business 1110.
Yeah, we back. We continue this rock and roll theme. Taking care of business here on the Unleashed Radio Hour. We're using, again, as I do all the time, yes, sports references to understand your business, to unleash your career as well. And look, you want to get into the conversation, love to hear from you. Love to hear about what you're doing, what challenges you're facing in building a championship team. Give us a call, 713-785-1817. My girl Goody's on the other end of the line. Wait to just say, what's up? How can we help you on the Unleashed Radio Hour? I just know she's ready to do that, and she's probably smiling right now because of the delay that went through and perked up as she did. Did I time it right? I did. I timed it right, and I can't even see her. That's what's awesome. Right? Hey, but look. You've got to have no different than, hey, I've got to have the right people here to help me support, taking care of business here on the show. You need people in the right place, in the right seat, on the right bus in your business to make it successful as well. And look, if you hear a little energy in here, I just love watching a plan. It's kind of like the old adage from the A-Team. I love it when a plan comes together, right? And it's coming together for the Houston Astros. So my question for you, and again, this often gets slighted. This often gets pushed aside, therefore, for the day-to-day. My question to you is, what is your strategy and your plan in your business? What is the vision that you're creating? And how are you going to get there to ensure that your business is winning? It's a simple question. What is your vision, and how do you define winning in your organization? And what I want to do for this segment, because it's a little bit of a longer one, I want to break down two key areas that I really want to challenge you to think about. One of the first things when you look at an effective team and an effective organization, a championship level organization, right? There are clear roles defined for each individual. Everyone knows their job. They know what to do. They know when they show up what they're going to be held accountable for. And see, and that's what we've got to get into. A lot of people don't like performance reviews. It's like, oh, that's like dirty words. No. We should change the language to something that people can stomach, but regardless of the fact, it's not that performance reviews are bad. It's that your process or the facilitator of the process is not any good. We've got to have regular conversations. People need to know their role, and they need to understand, how does my role relate to your role and how we get things done? It's no different than the Houston Astros. You know, one of the amazing pictures that I saw that was taken was from Saturday night. And they're like, caption this. I saw it on Facebook from the Houston Astros, which was the picture of George Springer on the ground having leaped over Marwin Gonzalez to catch a deep ball off the wall. Marwin's leaning up against the wall with his kind of sachet leg over, and I'm like, I would love to know what that conversation was between the two of them, right? But here's my point. On a baseball field, who's the field general in the outfield? Center field. Know your role. Who is the field general overall on the defense? The shortstop, right? And only sometimes to be superseded by the center fielder. You see, the key, that's no different in business. And there's nothing that infuriates me or frustrates me more than when I hear people that are out in the work world, well, that's not my job. Well, whose job is it? It's got to get done, right? It's got to get done. Somebody's got to do it. So again, clear roles, and we know how it works together. So we're talking about, when you talk about a championship team, the individuals need to understand their role, know what performance standards are out there, right? Hey, if case in point, and again, bring another sports analogy in here, Houston fans, we go to Seattle, of which I will be present this weekend. Can't wait to get on that airplane, get up to Seattle, visit with a good friend of mine, Teresa and her husband. Going to go to the game, have a blast. I cannot wait. But do I want Deshaun Watson at quarterback, or do I want Tom Savage? It's not even comparison. Why? I want the guy that has the talents and the abilities to lead our team to win. We're ahead. He's done something that no rookie quarterback has done, and he didn't even start the first football game of the season. Wait a minute, time out. What did I talk about? Oh, yeah, there are some metrics involved in understanding the effectiveness of your quarterback. Do you have measures in your business that are tied to the success of your business, so the individual to the organization, and are they connected? I paused because I wanted you to reflect on that question. If there is not a way to connect an individual's performance to the success of their team, their department, their division, their unit, and the company, you've missed the boat. Ready? Wait for it. Hold on a second. It's left the building. It's left the building. You've got to be able to tie the individual to the overall success of the company. Otherwise, why am I here? It don't matter if I come in here and just kick my feet up on the desk and do nothing all day. I'm going to go to sleep and get paid because that's what I'm going to do. Oh, wait a minute. Then whose job is it to correct that performance behavior and that performance standard? Back to that all-star managers and leaders. I just keep blowing and breaking it down. So look, I need to be very clear on this. If you want to build a championship team in your business, and again, I keep using the Houston Astros because of the energy where we're at right now, the timeliness of the topic, folks and team members have to understand their role. They need to know what it is that they're going to do. You cannot tell me Lance McCullers enjoyed coming out of the bullpen as a relief pitcher after starting how many games this season. But it's do your job and know your role. And if the entire team wins, that's the epitome, ladies and gentlemen, of team. True disclosure, my senior year in high school, somebody close to me planted a seed that said, Ronald J. Klinger Jr., you need to rush for 1,000 yards this year. Senior year in high school. I was blessed, I was fortunate, loved playing the game, missed playing it now, but the goal was set for me. I need to rush for over 1,000 yards. After the third game of the season, same said person got into my ear and said, Coach didn't really give you the ball. You need to go talk to Coach and find out what's going on. Threw it a lot more, and you were running great. Why didn't you get the ball? You ain't going to get to that 1,000 yards unless you get the ball. Yep, that was a conversation I got to have and I got to listen to. So I did what every good person would do. I went in and said, hey, Coach, can you help me understand? I got this goal of reaching 1,000 yards in the season, and not sure how to have this conversation with you, but I'd like to get more carries if I could. As a starting tailback, I had a couple good early games. And then my head football coach, who also happened to be the offensive coordinator, snapped my neck into reality faster than I could blink. Not from a physical point, but verbal judoed me beyond compare. Looked at me, called me Ronnie, said, Ronnie, his name's Jack Johnson. Football's a team sport, son. If you get 1,000 yards, then you did it off the back of your team, not because you did it yourself. And I went crawling back with tail between my legs, head down, because I put my needs in front of the team in that conversation. And it changed the dynamic for me for the rest of the year. You see, in that team, together everybody achieves more. They ain't no I in team, ain't no we either. Right? Well, there's an I, but we won't go down how it's found. I'll let you search Google images for that. Ain't no I in team. Go look for that. You'll be hilarious. You'll chuckle. But we've got to be able to take the individual and tie it to the greater good of the team, of what's taking place. The second part about building an effective team, it resides in the organization, right? And one thing that is gaining more and more and more momentum today than I ever could have imagined. It's called the employee experience. So, first of all, are your team members winning? Second of all, are they having a positive experience that engages them and allows them and supports them to bring the best of themselves to work each day? It's called employee centricity. It's centering that experience and treating that employee as your number one customers, your number one focus. Not to say your clients or your customers are not, but it's the old adage of happy employees equals happy customers, right? And so I say this to say, if you're out there leading a business, growing a business, you've got to tie the individual to the organizational success. Do you have a scoreboard? Can you measure it? Can you define it? But then you also need to understand, okay, what does it mean for us as a company to be #winning with our employees? And I think that's huge. And I think that's where we often miss the mark. And I wish I would have brought it into the studio with me, but I've got multiple copies from this year alone, from 2017, from the magazine and the publication called Talent Economy. And in that publication, multiple times over multiple months, they are highlighting how important this employee experience is in the significance and the eyes of guess who? The employees. They want to be able to come to a place free from harassment, free from discrimination, free from all those things that run people away. So the scary part is, do you know who creates that departure notice? It's the managers and leaders. When someone turns in a notice to HR, they're not necessarily quitting the job. They're quitting the company and the experience that they are or are not getting, which is most directly influenced by who? Your managers and your leaders. Yeah, I'm letting that sink in just a little bit. Even you out there listening, if you've ever quit a job or gone someplace else, why? Why'd you go someplace else? Why did you say, I choose to no longer work for this employer? I choose to not get up, put my feet on the ground, get dressed for the day, and whatever that routine looks like for you, to go to that physical location and work. I'm not, or as the wonderful, I think it's Heather Land, I think is her name, that's out on Facebook with these, I ain't doing it. If you haven't seen any of those videos, it kills me that her 1.5 minute videos get like 6 million views in less than a week. It's like insane. And I'm struggling here on the show to educate and inform, and I'm lucky to get a couple hundred views. I don't get it. I ain't doing it, right? But the point is, if you ever wake up in a day and say, you know what, I ain't doing this no more, I'm not going, bad language included, I'm not going to go to this job, right? Or the old adage of take this job and shove it, I ain't working here no more, right? Is that Merle Haggard? Who did that? Johnny, yeah, here we go. Johnny Paycheck. Right, whatever we're working on here, I don't know. But everyone knows what I'm talking about. So you've got to understand, if you're going to win in your organization, you've got to define what that looks like from a performance metric standpoint. And then you have to define what that looks like based upon the experience. And I know there are people out there that go like, you crazy? This is a job. I'm telling you, too legit to quit. If you don't create an environment where people want to come to work, to create a culture where the best of them can show up, where you don't develop and train your managers and leaders to get engaged employees, they're going to quit. They're going to drop, and they're going to go, and then you're not going to be able to compete. So if you want to be too legit to quit, come back. We're going to hit the Be Positive segment. Closing thoughts on today's topic. Go Astros.
I just press harder than I ever did before. Going for the dream that I have in store in my mind. God, I know that I'm making it. I gotta get mine.
Writing a Christian book, you're doing an amazing thing, getting it all down on paper. But once you've got the manuscript, then what? Well, you can spend a year or more trying to find a publisher, or you can cut right to the chase. Make your book real with Zulon Press. Finding a publisher is time-consuming and uncertain. With Zulon Press, things are quick and definite. They specialize in one thing, helping Christian authors put their books in print. Zulon Press will publish your book. Zulon Press gets it into bookstores. Your book is on Amazon. Work with Zulon Press and there's no question, you are a published author. If you're writing a Christian book, get your free publishing guide from Zulon Press. Just log on to ChristianPublishing.com. That's ChristianPublishing.com. Zulon Press. Book publishing by Christians for Christians. Get your free publishing guide at ChristianPublishing.com. Zulon Press is a division of Salem Communications, the same people who bring you this nifty radio station.
Attention managers, business owners, and human resources professionals. Do you struggle with positively engaging and developing your team? Hi, this is Ron Klinger, host of the Unleashed Radio Hour. For over a decade, I have been coaching and helping leaders just like you. From management and leadership training to individual coaching and support, I can help you address the everyday challenges you face in your business or organization. If you're looking for a partner to your success, call the man who can help you with your plan. You can reach me online at motivationaltransitions.com or by phone at 832-746-9760.
This is Business 1110.
Yeah, we turning it down here on the Unleashed Radio Hour. Your host, Ron Klinger. Thank you for being dialed in here on Business 1110 KTEK here in H-Town, representing hardcore here today for the Houston Astros their drive and their championship push into the World Series that starts tomorrow. Game 1 against the Los Angeles Dodgers. All right, and they come home finally. They got 1 and 2 there. They're here for 3, 4, and 5. And then hopefully we got it done by then. 4 more wins, boys. It's all we got to get. And I say that to say this. I'm going to use a quote that I've used often here on the show, and it's one that resonates. And it goes into this whole piece of truly getting at the core of winning. You got to define it. You've got to define it. And I'm going to use Alice in Wonderland to do that. So Alice falls down into the rabbit hole, runs into the Cheshire Cat, looks up in the tree and says, could you tell me which way I ought to go from here? The Cheshire Cat looks at Alice and says, well, which way would you like to go? Alice looks up and responds, I don't care much where. And then the Cheshire Cat says, then it doesn't matter which way you go. You got to have a care. You got to have a focus. You got to have a target. You've got to have a way in your organization. And I'm not here to tell you what it is, but you have to define what winning looks like across your organization. Top to bottom, bottom to top. Because that is what breeds and creates the culture that becomes the catalyst for everything that happens. That's how you can hire. That's how you can fire. That's how you can engage the best of others. Do you have a strengths-based mentality of truly seeking to find the best of people on your team so that you can put them in the best position to help you win? But there it comes back again. If you can't define winning, doesn't matter. What's the end game? What is the result? Right? What is the result? Right now, the youngest season out there is the NBA season in professional sports. It just got started. Every team is working to play in the championship. And right now, it still is in the reach of every team out there. Some may think I'm crazy, but it is. Stranger things have happened. But that is the penultimate goal that they're trying to accomplish and achieve. We're going to come back with closing thoughts. You're listening to the Unleashed Radio Hour.
Why live in a dumb home when you could live in a smart home from Vivint? What's the difference between a dumb home and a smart home? With a smart home, you can adjust your thermostat no matter where you are and save money on your energy bills. With a smart home, you can see who's at your door, talk to them, or even let them in, all from your smartphone. You can also get full video surveillance and security systems, as well as 24/7 monitoring. And with a smart home from Vivint, you can have your doors automatically lock at night. Vivint Smart Home is the number one provider of smart home services in the country. Upgrading to a smart home is easy. Just a single phone call and a Vivint professional installer can take care of everything with no activation fee. Call now to get a customized and affordable smart system for your home. The future of your home is here, and the future is Vivint. Call now, 800-368-6137, 800-368-6137, 800-368-6137. Agreement required. See Vivint.com for licensing information.
This is Business 1110.
All right, we're pushing it through here today. And hey, by this time next week, I hope I can say we're world champion Houston Astros. That's what I'm going to put out there. That's the vision that I'm going to cast for the day. Hashtag winning it all, taking it home, bringing back the title here to H-Town. I'm also going to hope that we can say, way to go, Houston Texans. You took down the Seattle Seahawks. And I'll be there to witness that one live in living color. So look, why do I bring sports into the show all the time? Because there are direct analogies and relationships to what goes on a team, to the team in your business. And I can't stress enough that it has to be a conscious decision to put forth time, energy, and resources into building that championship team in your business. It doesn't just happen by the sheer will and desire. Oh, we want to win. We're going to do great. Go team. No, it takes blood, sweat, tears, effort, time, energy. It takes defining what winning looks like. If you can't define it, then you cannot and you will not be able to measure it. because it lacks definition, and you sure as heck can't manage that of which you can't measure. It's just that simple, but we make it so complex. The point that I'm trying to get across is business owners, managers, and leaders. You've got to set aside the time to create a plan, not from a point of killing time, but to put things in motion to ensure that your organization can compete and win the championship in your industry. And that's why we dialed in today. That's why I'm repping with my Houston Astros ball cap on here. Looking forward to a great World Series championship. And all along this entire journey of the World Series, you're going to hear, if you watch, and I'm going to just go, I hope Joe Buck is not the commentator for the World Series games, for the love of God. He too much on the Yankees bandwagon, I'm just telling you. And I'll just put it out there, not a Yankees fan, never have been, never will be. Like I said, the best money the team can buy. They should compete every year because they got the biggest bankroll. Doesn't really create a level playing field. Oh, wait a minute. That's your competition as well. So how do you level the playing field? Take a play out of the Houston Astros playbook. Develop your people. Put people in the right position to be successful. Create synergy and strategy to support the vision that you want to have in your business. Put it out there 3 years, 5 years down the road. We're going to get there. And I bring the train toot-toot all the way back to the station. Chugga, 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 chugga. Think I can. In 2014, Sports Illustrated looked at what the Houston Astros were doing. Chose to use, in June of 2014, the cover image of George Springer taking a hack at the ball to put that vision out there, to cast that vision, prophecy, if you will, that the year 2017 is going to be the year that the Houston Astros win it all. I'm here to say it starts with the vision and then in the strategy support how you get there. But it takes a plan and a commitment to truly develop a culture and an engaged team that is bound by defining what does winning look like in your business. That's the point of today's show. That's what I want you to know. That's how I want you to grow. That's how I want you to live and be here on the Unleashed Radio Hour. As always, it is an honor. It is a privilege to be on the airwaves with you. If you're listening to the podcast, share away. Please do. Tell it, shout it from a mountain high. That's why we love to do this, why we're sharing here to help you unleash your career in business. Ladies and gentlemen, until next time, we'll be talking to you soon. See ya.